Welcome back to Attacking Third. Let's get right into it. CBS Sports had U.S. women's national team legend Carli Lloyd on Kicking It, and she dove into such a number of topics that were incredibly interesting to talk about. Let's go ahead and start with that Vlatko and Danovsky comment, where she talks about him being a very nice man, but a very nice man does not mean you're going to win championships.
Yeah, I think on Wednesday we talked about this in the NWSL, and I think with the U.S. women's national team, it's multiplied by 10. These coaches are brought in to manage these players, and when you have a group like the U.S. women's national team full of icons and players with these platforms, it's really hard to manage them.
Egos.
True. It's true. And it's very difficult. And like she said, you have to make these hard decisions. You have to be able to tell players what they don't want to hear. And from what we've heard from players, what we've seen on the field, I don't think Vlatko was prepared to handle that group of players.
The thing I have come to realize with Carli is you have to listen to what she's saying, not how she's saying it. Because I think the way she says things can from some people feel a little bit abrasive, but I think what she's saying there is right. I don't think Vlatko made the right decisions all the time. It's difficult to go from a club environment where you're with players for 3 to 5 hours a day to being with a team maybe once a month and being able to manage how you utilize that time. It was a hard transition from him. It didn't work out. And I will never say a bad thing about Vlatko because I think he's a great coach and he is a really nice human, which she said, right? He's a really nice guy. But you have to make hard decisions. And I think that if you listen to what she's saying and not how she says it, you come up with things that I feel like are very true.
Yeah, I really admire that about Carli you may not like what she's saying, but she is going to give it to you straight.
So much respect for that.
I love that, especially from a woman. And on TV, I think we're obviously like concerned. Oh, I don't want to say the wrong thing. She doesn't care. She'll say it. And I agree with most of what she said through this interview. And yes, I agree. Vlatko's one of the best coaches I've ever had. He coached me at Reign, and he is a great person. But we watched this whole World Cup and dissected games, and he didn't make the strong, difficult decisions that were required. There are some players 100%. That got a lot of grace during the World Cup that lost confidence in game one and shouldn't have played the rest of, shouldn't have started the next couple of games, and they kept starting, and it didn't make sense.
Here's my question. We said this about in the A block when we talked about Spain. How much was it Jorge Vilda had the actual power to make certain decisions, to do certain treatment, whatever? When it comes to this, how much is the U.S. Soccer Federation compared to Vlatko and Danovsky, right? Like that.
Yeah, I think it's apples to oranges. I don't think it's the same thing. I get what you're saying, but I do think Vlatko was in charge of making decisions in this World Cup, and he did not make the correct decisions. And maybe he didn't, and maybe we'll figure that out, but we don't know that right now.
I can understand, too, it's hard to measure. You have to measure players' confidence in a tournament in that setting as well. How do you take somebody off if they're having a bad game or missed a penalty?
And manage an ego of the best player, the most known player in the entire world.
Okay, let's go ahead and listen to some other comments that Carli Lloyd made where she talks about U.S. soccer and how they market certain players.
There's no development at the youth stage. It's all about winning. You've got clubs that are in conflict, with one another, and it's all political, and it's who's all in ECNL and who's not, and what's fair, what's not. So you've got no players that you're developing up the ranks. And then you look at the youth national teams, they have been failing all of these years while the senior team has been winning. So everybody's turned a blind eye to that. And now where are the players coming from?
Yeah, this is a huge talking point because we can't say she's wrong. You talk about the women's team winning. The youth, Jordan, has not been that successful.
Yeah, U17 team haven't been top 4 in a Youth World Cup since 2008. Over 5 cycles, Spain has been 2-time champion. They've been the runner-up, and they've made it to the fourth place team. Spain just won the World Cup. You can see why they're developing players. Right. The last time a team was a U20 champion, Miss Carli Lloyd was on the team.
That's crazy.
2012. That was you, Mewis, Ertz, Morgan Bryan. So there's a lot of good players there. So there is an issue there. it's about who's coaching those teams too. And that's a big issue. How do you overall as an organization develop a style, implement the style so everybody knows what they're working towards at the same time?
Yeah, and this is a broader conversation, but the whole issue of the pay-for-play model, I would have never been able to go play in college or play pro if I wasn't on a club scholarship because it's so expensive. So now you have competing leagues, ECNL, your club league, academy, how many of these leagues just to get seen, and it's just dollars? Who has the most dollars? Who can fly you places? So there's not really development. It's just about the money and the competition aspect of it. And so I think that's a huge part of why this youth development squad is
we
not
played
matching up.
100%. We played on Region 4 together, and so just talking about the ODP aspect of it, that was at that point the system.
Yeah.
There were so many players within the state that just got forgotten because they couldn't pay for ODP. So the regional coaches never saw them. The national team coaches never saw them, especially coming from smaller towns and different communities that were not being seen. So definitely something that our country needs to kind of correct.
And I think now these clubs are trying to make money. Like Carli said, ECNL wants in, these clubs want in. And you said before the show, Darian, the men's side have these clubs within their club programs that we don't have. And so like you guys said, these youth players are away from the national team majority of the time. They're only in camp so much during the year. So there's only so much you can control in that. So it has to start from the club level.
Yeah.
That's a broken system. It has to be fixed.
Yeah, it's very fractured. There needs to be development, just like the men's side, where you're going into a squad and I think they're called discovery players or something, where they're actually developed within the academy and into the full team. But we don't have anything like that.
What I love most about this episode of Kicking It, I know we're going to get another episode next Wednesday, is that Kate asks her, do you feel bad, that maybe some of these players on this team will feel like you're attacking them or talking negatively about them? And she said no. She cares so much about the program and about the system that what she's saying is from her heart, and that's what she means. And to just say how you feel counts for something.
Yeah, I like that she's not afraid to hurt your feelings. She can see, I think, the broader scope of...
Which is not 2023, right?
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not this
Which
generation.
I can appreciate. Get to the point. It's not always going to be easy, but that is going to help you grow and become better. I think we all have sat here and had somebody tell us that we have to be better in a certain way. It didn't feel good, but man, did it help.
Yeah.
And maybe this will help you with soccer. Carli being so honest about how she feels.
Yeah.
And going back to her comments at the World Cup, a lot of people were really upset about those, and a lot of people disagreed. But I think it is driving women's soccer further that we're having these discussions.
Being critical
100%.
is part of moving the sport forward.
Exactly.
It is something that we need to understand.
It's a sport.
Yes.
You're going to be
Absolutely.
criticized.
Yes.
Well, you know what? She walked the walk like she said she did. So we're going to go ahead and touch a little bit more about Carli Lloyd when we come back.